Why am I so close? Awesome. Cool. So for the past year or so, I haven't really achieved anything that I set out to do, whether it be professional or personal, and that's actually quite sad. And among these goals is to actually create content consistently, with the goal of improving over time. And this is still something I want to do because I eventually want to get to a point where I get to work with brands and help them grow through content creation. And so I've been thinking about how can I actually go about this in terms of holding myself accountable to actually create consistently, but also how to actually make sure that everything that I'm doing is actually working towards either allowing me to freelance or landing me a marketing job. And so I'm not quite sure where to start with all of this. On top of my head, I thought about the problem of accountability. And so one thing I thought about was to schedule in through a calendar one-on-one meetings with myself every Monday to make sure that I'm actually doing my work, but also reflecting on the things I have done and where I need to go forward. And so doing that every week to make sure that I'm on track and actually keeping myself accountable. Now, in terms of creating content consistently, I thought about breaking up the task of creating content throughout the week. And so I break it down into smaller tasks that make up the bigger tasks of creating content. So for example, I have Sundays for scripting, Mondays for filming, Tuesdays for editing, Wednesdays for reviewing the content I've made and making any final adjustments, and then Thursdays for actually putting out the vlog or my content. And so hopefully this makes things easier and allows me to batch create things throughout the multiple days. And I guess the idea here is to slowly integrate it into my lifestyle. I also thought about to spice up the process of creating content weekly. I would integrate things that I've seen online that inspires me. And so I would try to recreate it in some way. And so hopefully this allows me to do two things, not only create consistently, but also allows me to taste the different styles. And hopefully allows me to kind of develop my own style through that. And so this week's video that I already filmed, I came across this Instagram page called Fill Out Coffee, and what I really like about them is how they not only just post content about their food, but also about how they run the place. I really like how they tell the story visually, and I wanted to recreate that. Not with food or about a cafe, because I don't have either. I'm not great at cooking. And so I thought about recreating it with my room. One thing I'm really interested in is desk setups, and so I want to recreate that style but with my own spin on it. So yeah, it's up on my Instagram, you can check it out. It's very short, it took me a couple days to film. I actually reshot it like 3 times because I wasn't really happy with it. And it's been a special project of mine where I'm trying to build my ideal workspace. I'm an idiot. Oh, I wasn't even filming. Still recording. Awesome. Hopefully it's still recording. But yeah, just want to show off how big this desk is for this one shot. Yeah. Hey guys, welcome to my room and my workspace. This is something that I've been working on since the start of the pandemic. And since then, I've been slowly piecing together my ideal workspace to hopefully make everything that I do here a little bit more enjoyable. So it's currently like 8:51, and I spent like the rest of the afternoon applying for jobs, and it was so time consuming. I literally only applied for like what 3-4 jobs, but that took me like the rest of the afternoon. I'm actually gonna spend the rest of the night now after I'm done eating because I'm starving, just reading. I'm trying to pick up the habit of reading again. I have this terrible habit of like switching between books, and so I'm not sure if you can see. I don't have that much left. I'm gonna try to finish it off before starting my next book. Wait, I not even start my next book. Finish the rest of my book. So I have like what? Cool. Purple Cow. I didn't even think I finished that. And then $100 Startup. I'm like toward the very end. So finish these 3 books, or the remaining of these 3 books. And then I recently just bought The Barefoot Investor, which is trying to get my finances back on track. So yeah, that's something I'm trying to do every night before I get to bed.